Good evening, District Governor Teo Kwan Siu, District First Lady Kim, incoming District Governor Dato Bindi Rajasegaran, District First Gentleman Dato N Rajasegaran, past, current, future district leaders, fellow Rotarians and guests. Welcome all of you to the 87th Governor's Banquet. It has been a year long enough since we have had a physical event. That is why this event is very special to all of us. Tonight, Dato Bindi Rajasegaran will be installed as the District Governor for the Rotary year 2021-2022, an occasion that is very special to Rotary Club of Greentown. We mark another milestone in our last 27 years as a club, and I thank you and everyone in the district who made this possible for us. And for the first time, we will witness the graduation of all the presidents-elect after undergoing the extensive training by the district training lead team headed by district trainer Kati Panalisamy. Our incoming presidents have received well-rounded exposure and training, and they are now ready to take the leadership from the 1st of July. Congratulations are in order. Kudos to all the incoming assistant governors, president-elect, district officer, and everyone who played a role in the coming year to make what Rotarians of District 330 are. I must also take this occasion to thank District Trainer Kati Panalisamy, our gorgeous AG Samantha, PAG Raj, incoming AG Mili, PP Mahat, PP Ashwin, and all other Rotarians who have worked to make this event possible. I would also like to thank members of Rotary Club of Greentown who have helped to organize this banquet dinner. We have planned an evening of formal events and entertainment. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Governor's Banquet. Sit back, enjoy the formal event, the entertainment, and the food. Please observe all COVID-19 precautions and SOP. Thank you and have a great evening.
Thank you, President Rita. I still understand dinner is about 10 minutes away, but we could do a little bit more for her, and not only her, but also the Rotary Club of Greentown and the District Secretariat. Pekan Kota di hujung negeri, pekan sejajar tempat bertemu, majlis kita cukup berseri, Governor Rotary menjadi tetamu. It is not very easy to get a Rotary pantun up, and I had to actually copy it from somewhere else. But while we do it, the only reason why I spent about the last 2 days trying to do this is, one, because Rotary has actually done some milestones that we have never done. One, we have crossed the 2,000 benchmark. We have broken the glass ceiling. And the man that made that happen is the man who helms or used to helm the largest club in the district. Now our numbers are 86 and counting, road to 100. He's got an internal target of 2,500. I think he's already passed 2,200 mark very, very comfortably. And very recently, his vision has been renewed, literal sense. And that's the reason why you got Governor K.S. Teo up on stage to deliver his address. Governor.
Thank you. The incoming district Governor Dato Bindi, First District Gentleman Dato Rajasegaran, and your beloved family members. Incoming Vice District Governor Piriji Dato Jimmy. Incoming Piriji Council Chair Piriji Dr. Manohur. Piriji Dato Dr. Lashmana. Piriji Siti Supaira. Piriji Karanjit. TG and Dr. Krishna. TGNT, Dr. Siva, and all your charming spouses, present, past, and future district and club leaders, my dear friends and fellow Rotarians, a very good evening to all of you. We gather here tonight to honor our incoming district governor and to celebrate the graduation of the incoming club leaders. With the completion of your training seminars, my friends, I believe you are all set to fly and walk the journey confidently together with your governor in a year served to change lives. My friends, Rotary leadership changes hands from RI to districts and clubs come 1st July every year. Like many others, I am also counting my days. But Rotary is in my blood, and I will continue to enjoy the Rotary journey with all my brothers and sisters in Rotary. You should be proud as your clubs have reposed their greatest confidence and trust in you to lead the clubs to greater heights. You will enjoy your year as the presidents, and I can tell you for sure that this is a lifetime experience for good or for bad for you. Allow me to extend my heartiest congratulations once again to my successor, incoming District Governor Dato Bindi, incoming district officers, incoming club leaders for your election appointment to the office that you are going to assume. All the best to you, and may God bless you all. Thank you.
Thank you, Governor K.S. I think he has renewed his optimism, not only in his governors, his presidents, his officers, and has also bridged that to Dato Bindi. The installation of the incoming governor, Dato Bindi, is to be done by the incoming president of the past Governors Council. But that's again the reason why we are going back right to 2017, 2018, when past Governor Manohur Kurup was the governor. This country has also gone back right to 2018. If anybody has been following what Bank Negara is saying, not that we believe what they say, but if you look at the numbers that they're actually putting out, our country's economy has gone back right 3 years ago, right to 2018 numbers, just above $300 million US. But in that same year, 2017, 2018, Dr. Manohur Kurup had his vice governor, Dato Jimmy, as his vice governor, who also decided that he has to make another comeback, second inning in 2021 as Dato Bindi's vice governor. So Dato Jimmy Lim, I hope you're not looking for a third round. Can I invite past governor, Dr. Manohur Kurup, on stage to do the proceedings of the installation?
This is my simple life, and my family has always been the pillar of my strength. I will continue to serve to change lives.
Hi, I'm Sasha. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Bindi's prodigal daughter. And no matter what my brother says, I'm the favorite child. I would have given anything to be there today. However, you can see that I'm stuck in another country. Bindi has been in Rotary for well over 2 decades, ever since I was a little kid. And it's been amazing to see how she's dedicated her time and she has been so resilient in servicing Rotary all these years. My dad and I often have our Sunday morning WhatsApp video calls, and I usually ask him, "So where's mommy?" And he always says, "What else? Lotali." So it's amazing how Mom, over the years, she has been able to spend time with Rotary, which at times has been more than a full-time job, been able to take care of 4 kids, 7 grandkids, and at the same time making a cup of tea and a killer biryani. Mommy, I'm so proud of you, and you make the best governor in the world. And congratulations, and I love you, Mommy.
Wow, what a video. You have seen Bindi, a wife, mother, grandmother, a Rotarian, all in one. What? It really moved me. Very nice video. Hands to Bindi. DG, Teo, First Lady, incoming Governor, Bindi, gentlemen, Mr. Rajasegaran, District Trainer, Karthi, and spouse, Rajita, past District Governor, Jimmy, all my fellow friends and distinguished guests. It's truly an honor for me to be standing here to introduce the next governor for our district. I must say thank you to the district trainer, Karthi Palnisamy, for giving me these honors. My dear friends, you watched the video earlier, but if you saw her video, the CV that I'm holding here, we have to make a movie for Bindi. She has served in all avenues of service in Rotary. PP Dato Baljit Kaur, as fondly known as Bindi, is married to spouse Rajasegaran, who was a chairman of Industrial Court of Malaysia. He was also the Ipoh City Councillor and past president of Royal Ipoh Club. Bindi and Rajasegaran has 4 children. 4 children, 1 lawyer and 3 doctors. What a DNA. 2 children in law, they are consultant psychiatrists and a lawyer. Bindi is a grandmother too. She has got 7 grandchildren. She rocks. Bindi did her early education in Clifford School in Kuala Lumpur, then went to King George School in Seremban, Stanford College to do her diploma, and also the Institute of Bankers. She's also a licensed practitioner of Institute of Real Estate Agents. Now, briefly about her profession. She worked with United Asian Bank. Some of you will remember this bank was there in the 70s and early 80s. She was there in 1977 to 1981. After that, she decided to take a break and become a homemaker. As you can see, she produced some quality children. She's also a principal of this real estate practice from 2002 to 2012. Currently, she is the managing partner of Rajasegaran. So now we know who is the true boss. Now coming to Rotary, she's been in Rotary for the last 24 years since October 1997. Sometime around that time, maybe about 3 years later, I joined Rotary myself and I attended the first assembly and I saw a pretty stunning lady and I couldn't take my eyes off her. Today I can tell it to her. Now, she was then in Greentown and Greentown hosted the assembly then. From 1997 to 2006, she was in Greentown. Then she moved on to Bandar Sunway from 2007 to 2010, that club that I was also there too. Then she came back to Greentown and currently she's still here. Now, she has done lots of services, like I said, all the avenues of service. She has done President, Secretary, Sergeant at Arms, you name it, Director of Club Service, Community Service, New Generation, International Foundation, Publicity. So she knows it all. She has not only become a member of it, but she has become the chair to all those. Chairperson, you know, you have to drive it. And she has become, she became organizing chairman for polio immunization in the year 2005-2006. World Community Services, Women's Membership Task Force, Women in Rotary, GSC team leader to Western Australia, District Chairman International Service, District Chairman to End Polio, District Chairman for District International Night and TRF Night, and the list just goes on. Now, she is also active in non-Rotary organization. She was in the Advocates and Solicitors Disciplinary Board of Bar Council since 2008. You're still there. Okay, that's a long time. Parent Teachers Association, St. Michael's School, Ipoh, 1988 to 1998. Parent Teachers Association, Main Convents, 1988 to 1998. PTA Organizing Chairman, Anti-AIDS Project by St. Michael's School, Ipoh, now registered in the book, Malaysian Book of Records. She has also got so many awards along the way for her services. I just name a few. One was is the 4 Avenues to Service citation for individual Rotarians. Second, Rotary Foundation citation for meritorious service. Third, Rotary Foundation Regional Service Award for Polio-Free World. Member of Rotary Foundation Alumni, Certificate of Recognition by Rotary International. And then recently she has got Peace Builders Conference to address the issue of refugees. Then nationwide 4-way test project in railway station to recognize the vocations of railway industry. That was a big project and it did make me look good as a governor than Bindi and Karthi. Now, I read the CV, that's quite a lot, and I'm getting very thirsty. But before I step down, you know, they say behind every successful man, there's a woman, yeah? But in this case, in front of this successful lady is a man supporting her all the way. He has been married to her for the last 44 years. And he is Dato Raja, fondly called. Dato Raja, like I said, is a lawyer. He was the first industrial court judge to be appointed from the corporate sector. As chairman, he wrote several landmark judgments. I wonder whether he writes such judgments in his house. He is now principal and senior consultant of Rajasegaran Consultants, dealing with employment law and human resources. He has served 2 terms as Ipoh City Councillor. He has been serving for so many years as pro bono director of Perak Chinese Maternity Hospital, which is now known as a Perak Community Specialist Hospital. People in Ipoh will know this. He's also the trustee of Joseph William Yee Foundation. He's the past president of Royal Ipoh Club. He is devoted to the District Grand Lodge. And Dato Raja, because of his services, has been awarded by His Royal Highness Sultan Perak, the Darjah Indra Mulia Pahang by the Sultan Perak, as well as the Sultan of Pahang. My dear friends, can we hear now something from the man who knows Bindi in and out, Mr. Rajasegaran?
Hello, everybody. Good evening. District Governor Mr. Teo and spouse, my Lord and Master, I guess you all know who that is. I would have liked to call her mistress, but it so happens that she's wife. District Governor-elect Dato Bindi, past district governors, District Governor nominee Dr. Krishna Kumar and spouse, District Governor nominee designate Dato Dr. Sivanandan, Assistant Governors, distinguished guests, Rotary spouses, and Rotarians all. To prepare for this introduction, I asked Bindi if a projector will be made available to me so that I can project her photos, the ones where she used to look so beautiful. I mean, she still looks beautiful. She said no photos and no projector, just speak. She instructed, make it short, you have 5 minutes. And then the warning, don't say anything embarrassing. That I found to be difficult. I mean, like, it took 6 attempts before the nominating committee selected her as governor. So what could I speak about Bindi? More so since I am slated to speak after her official introduction. Why not, I decided, speak on something which could possibly benefit the district team, the AGs, the club presidents, and the rest of you Rotarians who will be working with and supporting her. That I could do by giving an insight into who this Bindi really is. Something on the lines of, will the real McCoy please stand up? I have been a corporate person for the most part of my life. Life certainly becomes easier if you know how the boss thinks and what drives her. Throughout my career, I have never had a female boss, except of course at home. Speaking of her being boss, I recall the first time she came into open court and straight away sat in the gallery. I seized the occasion. I looked at her and I said thunderously, that lady who just walked in and sat down, do you know that you have to bow to the court before you sit? Bindi got up, gave me a glare, and bowed to me. Boy, do I cherish that moment. The only time I ever felt like a boss. To complete the story, in order to diffuse the situation, I meekly announced, actually, that lady is my wife. At home, I bowed to her. Coming back to bosses, those of my friends who have had female bosses tell me that female bosses can be very demanding. Trust me, Bindi is very much female. Now to share a few anecdotes in our life together. I hope that these may give you an insight into her way of thinking and how she is made up as a person. Bindi was working for the United Asian Bank in Kuala Lumpur. She and her sister shared a rented room in a bungalow opposite the university hospital. And the hero in the plot rented the room next to her. There began the love story. It started with Hero plucking hibiscus off the fence and leaving it daily for her at her door. She loved it. Hero loved it too. No need to buy flowers, simply pluck it off the fence. Such a simple and easy girl to keep happy, or so the hero thought. And they got married, and everybody called the hero a cradle snatcher because Bindi was just 19 years of age then. Rotarians, don't be deceived by the hibiscus story. Bindi stopped being 19 a long time ago. Her needs went beyond hibiscus. Like every time the nominating committee rejected her, it took a new luxury car to console her. Thank you, nominating committee, for selecting her this time. Just like luxury cars for consolation, when it comes to work, her expectations are pretty high, like in the range of a Rolls Royce. She doesn't suffer delays or incompetence lightly. When she smiles and says, okay, please try and get it done as soon as possible, observe her eyes. You will note that they are not smiling. That steely glint in her eyes is a dead giveaway. I recall our first holiday to India. Bindi was 22 years of age then. In India, the men have this habit to stare hungrily at pretty girls. Bindi got a lot of stares. Actually, she still gets a lot of stares. Excuse me, this is a good moment to give her applause. It can be quite disconcerting, if not downright scary, the way the men in India tend to stare at women. When we were in Kashmir, I happened to look into her handbag, and there at the bottom, I saw a 5-inch long penknife, a dagger, in the handbag of my innocent, docile 22-year-old wife. I was like shocked. I asked her where she got it and what was she doing with a dagger. Her answer, I bought it at the street market in Delhi. It is for protection. Lesson from story, don't play with Bindi. AGs and presidents, do be vigilant when she assigns duties to you. Particularly you, District Trainer Karti. If you see Bindi annoyed and reach for her handbag, run or risk being stabbed. Speaking of stabbing, 35 years ago, One day when Bindi returned after sending the children to kindergarten, she parked the car outside the house and walked to the gate. While she was driving, two robbers on motorcycles had observed her chain, a typically thick Ceylonese kodi holding the tali. They followed her. When she got out of the car, they rushed at her, one armed with a long, sharp dagger. Bindi, being Bindi, chose to fight them. The result, they stabbed her, aiming at her abdomen. But she blocked the stab with her arm. You can still see the deep scar on her forearm. The stab cut through skin and muscles up to the bone. She was hospitalized after surgery for a few days. I tell you this to impress on you how badly she was injured. The robbers cut her chain, mounted their motorcycles, and fled. And what did the profusely bleeding Bindi do? Scream and run for safety like any other victim? No, not Bindi. She jumped into her car, a Volvo, and gave chase. She chased them for a few miles from Lim Gardens, where we then stayed, up to the end of Buntong. The thieves escaped. Then, almost blacking out from loss of blood, she drove back to the house, the car seats filled with the blood. Later, I asked her what she was up to. She said, I was going to ram the motorcycle and run over them. Moral of story, don't mess with Bindi. She is a Bai woman. PDG Mano, where are you? Are there? Mano, you be safe. Stick to Malayali women. One other trait about Bindi, she's exceedingly patient and polite. She can repeat calmly without getting annoyed the same decision to you over and over again until hopefully you understand, or better still, give up. I have learned to give up after the first repetition. I had also always considered myself to be a very hardworking and committed person in my profession. But Bindi's commitment to Rotary is mind-boggling. If Bindi has a true profession, it is Rotary. If you play word games with her and say passion, she will immediately respond Rotary. For the last 2 years or so, from the time she wakes up, it's nothing but Rotary, 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 up to about 11 o'clock or so at night. Either she is furiously working on a laptop or on the telephone or on Zoom meetings or real life meetings. I guess it'll be even more from now onwards. Bindi has never been one of those joking around, laughing loudly, shoulder slapping, or generally vocal person. You should not mistake this trait for aloofness. Being loud or demonstrative is far from her nature. She has always been one who carefully studies the person, the crowd, and the situation. Then she will calmly and with much dignity and using her persuasive skills silently achieve her objective. Therein lies her strength. She is actually very approachable and ever ready to help. I have yet to see her deny assistance to anyone, friend or foe. Those of you who have worked with her should know by now about her single-mindedness over whatever project she undertakes. That is the desirable hallmark of a capable leader. I recall when she was president of the Rotary Club of Greentown. During the Rotary conference of that year in Penang, She was called onto the stage so very many times to receive awards for her club. About 9 awards in all, if I correctly recall. Bindi has the ability to think out of the box. She comes up with projects hitherto not done before. And then she proceeds to implement her ideas with single-minded concentration and vigor. AGs and presidents, support her, follow her, and in the process, you too will achieve satisfaction and recognition during your term in office. For you are her team. I have never heard her say, I did it. I have always heard Bindi say, my team did it. So team and Rotarians, I wish you an eventful, enjoyable, and successful year ahead with Bindi. Well, ladies and gentlemen, for me too, it has been a learning process. From that time, many years ago, at the Rotary conference held in the Shangri-La Hotel in KL, when I was given a name tag which read Rotary and Raja, to later being called Rotary spouse, and finally called Rotary partner. Actually, Bindi and I are not partners living together. We are married. We are also not of the same sex. Now I believe I am called first gentleman. Thank you, Rotary, at long last for giving me back my sex. I watched the Netflix series entitled The Crown very keenly. Prince Philip became my role model. From him, I have learned to walk 2 steps behind Bindi at Rotary functions. It would have been to my advantage if we were walking through a minefield. But then I love being a partner to Bindi. Thank you.
Thank you, Dato. That was an excellent sharing. It's up close and personal with Dato Bindi. Anybody who actually watched the video, please don't get swayed with the idea that they actually showed you the Jaguar and drove out with the Axia, because it's usually Dato Raja who's driving that Axia. And thanks to the Rotary district, he now 6 attempts, so she must have had 5 cars. The only thing that I remember about incoming Governor Dato Bindi is actually that AKC 300, that nice black Jaguar that she drives. I'm not sure about the Axia bit or the everything else that she drives. So thank you, Dato. And I must also say, I'm not sure why Karthi was actually clapping away and laughing just now, because there is a lot of things that Dato Raja mentioned. You must understand he's an ex-judge, old school. Obviously, he doesn't understand the difference between partner and spouse. It's because he belongs to a generation where they usually get married to the opposite sex. But again, I must reiterate his point to past Governor Manohur and also our district trainer Karthi, because there's a lot of things like apa yang tersurat dan apa yang tersirat in what he said. Stay away. With that, before we go to the official proceedings, we'll actually like to have the family of Dato Bindi and Dato Raja up on stage. So if I could invite them by name, Miss Menaga and her 2 lovely daughters, Anushka and Ashna. Dr. Shivani and Dr. Yen with their 2 children, Ria and Ryan. It gets complicated with Indian families because now they don't have any Indian names anymore. And Dr. Ishwar with his lovely spouse, Miss Jana. and 3 kids of their own, but they're not here. And Dr. Sanjana, who you actually saw in the video just now, who's all the way in Perth. So, ladies and gentlemen, the first family. That's not a Rotary terminology, but I've taken the liberty to introduce a few because now we're a bit confused. I'll tell you, my confusion gets even worse after this. Could I have a nice, lovely picture? Is our cameraman ready? Yes. And while that picture is being taken, I must also make another point. Today morning, Dato Bindi was speaking up on stage, and Dato Ram Nair walked into the room, and I was busy trying to work out all this pantun just now at the back. And Ram Nair called me and told me, it is synergy. I was like, why is he telling me synergy? Then I realized there is something very peculiar about how Dato Bindi speaks. Because the word which was on the slide was synergy, and she was saying synergy. And I thought that was very peculiar to not only her, but I realized her daughter has also got the same idea of Rotary not being Rotary, because I know that our Chinese gentleman cannot get Rolex and Rolex, right? But it's maybe a Rotary trait, Dato, because you don't think that I'm trying to make fun of the family, because I think even our past governor, Siti Subaida, cannot mention the word strategy. She always get strategy, and she goes status. So it's probably something to do with that bit. I'm not really sure which is which. So thank you. We'll get to the official proceedings. Can I invite past Governor K.S. Teo and First Lady Kim up on stage? Governor Dato Bindi Rajasegaran up on stage. This is the occasion that you install incoming Governor Dato Bindi Rajasegaran as the Governor for the year Rotary year 2021-2022. In turn, incoming Governor Dato Bindi Rajasegaran will install Governor K.S. Teo as the immediate past District Governor. And one with the family. Thank you, Governor. And there's a small gift which is specially curated by Governor Bindi. You know her style and her passion for actually giving very nice gifts. So I'm sure Governor K.S. Teo has. It's lovely. Thank you, Governor Teo and First Lady Kim. Thank you. Terbang di awan, burung jentayu, di bawah papan, batang jerami. Tampillah puan, kami merayu, bersama ucapan, kata perasmi. Dato Bindi Rajasegaran, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. It's been an emotional past 1 hour. District Governor Teo Kwan Swee, District First Lady Kim, it's an honor to have your presence here today. District Trainer, Past Assistant Governor Karthi and your lovely wife, Rajita. Past Governor and incoming Vice Governor, Dato Jimmy Lim. Incoming Chairman of Past Governors Council, Past Governor Dr. Manohur Kurup. That was really an honor for me that you introduced me. Thank you. Past Governor Dato Dr. Lakshmanan and Datin Sita. Past Governor and current Foundation Chair Leslie Salehuddin. Past Governor and incoming District Chair for Voice of Influence, Women Empowerment, Kiranjit Kaur. Incoming Foundation Chair and Representative to the Council of Legislation, Past Governor City and Spouse Assistant Governor Kamaru Muhammad Arif. Endowment and Major Gift Advisor, Past Governor Liu Chengling. District Governor-elect Dr. Krishna and spouse, Past Assistant Governor Pushpa. District Governor nominee, Dato Dr. Siva Anandan. It's my honor to refer to both of you as District Governor-elect and District Governor nominee. Current, past, and future leaders, our distinguished guests, and fellow Rotarians. A very warm welcome to all of you here tonight, my friends. And I'm gratified to welcome all our Rotarians, friends, family, and delegates to this governor's banquet. Let me place on record from the onset that I am enthusiastic, indefatigable, charged, empowered, and raring to go with this mandate of leadership that I've been entrusted by both District 3300 and Rotary International. Thank you. It's indeed an honor and privilege to stand here before you as District Governor for Rotary year 21-22, a district comprising of 86 clubs and 6 satellite clubs, and more to come, I hear. And this is comparatively a huge district compared to others with an average of 45 to 60 clubs. So the responsibility is extremely huge. Now, I'm not going to delve into my vision, mission, goals, and expectations. All this serious stuff will be conveyed tomorrow morning at the DTA. Now, let's get more personal. I'm not taking any revenge on what my husband said. All of you have seen my family. They are my world, my universe, my love, and my life. They are also my inspiration, my motivation, my sanity, and sometimes my insanity. I have to thank all my family members for their tolerance and accommodating my frequent absence. Even at home on Zoom, I'm just as good as absent. To my darling husband, he has been extremely patient with me and supportive, and he has taught me how to fly. To my lovely daughter-in-law, Jana, thank you for those videos. She was the producer, script writer, director, and now you know this mother-in-law dances at the tune of this daughter-in-law. Thank you to all my children, Menaka, Shivani, Ishwar, and my son-in-law, Dr. Ian, my grandchildren, Anushka, Ashna, Ria, and Ryan, for being here today. This has made my night even more special. My youngest daughter, Sanjana, who is in Perth, I haven't seen her for over a year. I love you very much. Now, at one of the organizing committee meetings, when we were discussing the flow of tonight's event, someone said that the significance of having your family upstage during the banquet is that they are consenting to give you away for a year to Rotary. I felt like a bride being given away. But I've been given to Rotary not only for the next 1 year, but since I was nominated DGND, Rotary has engulfed my whole life since then. It's not only a joy, but perhaps it's a very significant moment of my life to be here with all of you incoming presidents this evening as we together prepare to take on the leadership of our great district. Tonight is also your formal graduation. Now, there are certain moments in one's lives that are so pivotal, so transformative that they become significant milestones. And when we look back at these milestones, at these moments that form our lives, we can point to a few great moments and say, those were the moments that changed my life. There are many such moments. The moment you graduate, you change. The moment you get married, you change forever. And in the marriage rites, for better or for worse, the couple in love could never understand or comprehend the gravity of those words till one lives through it. Then the other pivotal moment is when you become a parent. Your life changes really 360 degrees, including your home and everything else. But believe me, the best experience of children is when you are grandparents, and we are blessed with 7 of them. So coming back to all you good-hearted people, what is the pivotal moment of change? I can say for all of us leaders here today, in your role as Rotarians, this is the moment. This is the moment when you graduate as leaders for your club, take on the onerous responsibility of leading for a year. I will ask of all you presidents for your dedication, compassion, time, faith in Rotary in this next year. You must be inspired to think how you can serve to change lives. We can and we will. This will be the challenge that we will embrace together, and we will rise to the occasion to make the change. You are the lucky ones to have the privilege and the awesome responsibility to make the change. And yet, as the horizon stretches before us, we should realize that it is not limitless. We have a time limit, 365 days. What will it take for us to see every hour, every day, every moment has a gift that is so precious, fleeting, and irreplaceable? When you know time is limited, it becomes much more precious. Leave behind something that says, I made the change, and it becomes so much stronger. Your year in Rotary office is a chance of a lifetime to make a mark, not so much to make your mark, but to take Rotary forward. Congratulations, incoming presidents. All of you are now capable of taking the lead in your clubs. Now, to every Rotarian here in this room, do you actually realize how big this organization is? Yes, we all know it was started by Paul Harris in 1905, a lonely lawyer who invited his friends for a fellowship and thus started Rotary. Many of you, when you speak of your achievements to the public, little do the public know how big this organization is. A lot of people around here know a lot of good work that all of you do in the country. But when you're talking to them about what your club does, very few realize how big the engine is under the hood of Rotary, how broad it reaches, how huge our achievements are. And if they knew, they would certainly be impressed. We have permanent representatives in the United Nations. Many of you know that. And it's because Rotary was instrumental in setting up the United Nations. We have permanent representatives in the Council of European Nations, the World Food Programme, the World Bank, the Council of United States, the League of Arab States, the European Union. We have permanent people in each of these organizations. And how do we get recognized at that kind of level? Simply, Rotary gets things done. All of you get things done. We promote world peace, go to war zone to vaccinate children against polio, and the warring nations declare a truce. And why do they do that? Because they understand that Rotary does not take sides. We don't look at what political parties or religions are involved. We want to come in and save the children. These international organizations recognize us because we have something that they don't have. None of them have. We have 1.2 million feet on the ground in 220 countries every day of the year. And in the past 1 year, Rotary International has given 35 million in grant funding for COVID problems. Now, where I'm going is pretty simple, ladies and gentlemen. All of us, me included, should have the Rotary pride. This year's theme, Serve to Change Lives, and we all know Rotary is a team sport. For the past 90 years in existence in Malaysia, the amount of work all of you have done is staggering. The amount of money you give away, the projects that you do, the reach of your efforts, the change that you make in the lives of many, the reach and the depth in the community. One can't help it but to have the Rotary pride. And I bow down to all of you Rotarians. You guys are the best. So do take the team, Serve to Change Lives, and make a difference. My fondest wish for all of you, let your Rotary pride shine extra bright. Let's make it a great year ahead. All the best of health to all, and thank you.
Thank you, Dato Bindi. Ladies and gentlemen, your governor for 2021-2022.
Governor Kim, First Lady Kim, incoming Governor Dato Bindi Rajasegaran and Dato Rajasegaran, fellow Rotarians and friends. Give me huge pleasure this evening to administer the charge and oath to the presidents of the year 21-22. And before I do that, may I invite incoming Governor Dato Bindi Rajasegaran on stage. Albert Perinayagam, President of the Rotary Club of Ara Damansara. Surendran C.K. Balan, President of the Rotary Club of Bangsa. Cordelia Tan, President of the Rotary Club of Bukit Angkasa. Angelina Arokiasamy, President of the Rotary Club of Bukit Jalil, Kuala Lumpur. Khairul Anwar Abdullah, President of the Rotary Club Bukit Kiara Sunrise. Chandra Das, President of the Rotary Club of Damansara. Wong Jun Hung, President of the Rotary Club of Damansara West. Vijayan Gopalakrishna, President of the Rotary Club of Greater Kuala Lumpur. Monash, President of the Rotary Club of Greentown. Vivian Chu, President of the Rotary Club of Hartamas. Gurudeep Kaur, President of the Rotary Club of Ipoh. Kamarul Muhammad Arif, President of the Rotary Club of Ipoh South. Muhammad Hanif bin Pari, President of the Rotary Club of Kampung Baru City Center. Dato M.K. Ho, President of the Rotary Club of Kepong, Kuala Lumpur. Dr. Vijayan Sinnasamy, President of the Rotary Club of Kinta. Gunarasa, President of the Rotary Club of Klang. Era Perumal, President of the Rotary Club of Klang Central. Ajit Singh Joel, President of the Rotary Club of Kuala Lumpur Diraja. Hema Doraisamy, President of the Rotary Club of Lake Gardens. Mahendran Daniel, President of the Rotary Club of Malawati. Pauline Tan, President of the Rotary Club of Metro Ipoh. Arisha Alex Arifin, President of the Rotary Club of Mon Kiara Gateway. Dr. Ravindran Mariappan, President of the Rotary Club of Nilai Central. Tilgavati Pillai, President of the Rotary Club of Pandamaran. Gordon Wong, President of the Rotary Club of Pantai Valley. Eric Ong, President of the Rotary Club of Penang. Melissa Francis, President of the Rotary Club of Petaling Jaya. Lu Mi Quen, President of the Rotary Club of Puchong Centennial. Elaine Tan, President of the Rotary Club of Pudu. Chandran Kasi, President of the Rotary Club of Senawang. Jagadisan Govalian, President of the Rotary Club of Saramban. Hu Ching Lung, President of the Rotary Club of Sri Petaling. Vinodanan Gunaseran, President of the Rotary Club of Subang. Ong Ee Bun, President of the Rotary Club of Taiping Lake. Varaja Jauhar Ponambal, President of the Rotary Club of Tolo Intan. Beverly Tew, President of the Rotary Club of Utara Subang Jaya. Dato Sri Chandra Balabedha, President of the Rotary Club of West Pahang. Pradeep Thin, President of the Rotary Club of Burnham Valley. Ka Bunhan, President of the Rotary Club of Bukit Bintang. Mohan, President of the Rotary Club of Klang Valley. And finally, Geeta, President of the Rotary Club of Sentul. Before taking oath, may I just present a charge sheet addressing to the club presidents. I congratulate all of you on your election and appointment to the high office for the Rotary year 21-22. Your election and appointment is a clear indication that your fellow Rotarians trust in your ability to lead your clubs respectively to greater heights and achievement, so that we may all serve our communities better. Club presidents, your members believe that you are ready to lead them, and we are counting on you to live up to that promise. Help your clubs become bigger, better, and more relevant to the community. The future of Rotary lies in your hands as you inspire your members to become more active and make real RI strategic plan by strengthening your clubs, focus on increased humanitarian service to your community and the world, and enhance your club's public image and create awareness in your community for what Rotary stands for. The office to which all of you have been elected is one of dignity and importance. In accepting the offer of president, you undertake a responsibility which is not to be assumed lightly and not carelessly discharged. You're charged with the duties of seriously and resolutely furthering the objectives of Rotary International and RI District 3300. With the Constitution and bylaws and the MOP as your guide, you must be ever ready to exercise the functions of your office with which you are entrusted. Further, you're charged with leading this organization according to the four-way test and the principles of democracy, under which laws every Rotarian who wishes to speak shall be heard in every matters considered. The best opinion shall prevail to the express will of the majority and the best course of actions followed. Your mission from 1st of July 2021 and 12 months thereafter is to ensure that in your term of office, you make a contribution that will transcend your term and transform the district and your club. Be committed to the responsibility you've been given. Be sincere in the oath that you will take, and above all, to thine own self be true. You are asked to serve to change lives, to alleviate hunger and poverty, to help provide good education and shelter, initiate programs that provide livelihood to the community, promote Rotary in your family and your associates. They're just some of the thrust for this Rotary year, but our true mission is to touch the lives of people and make them understand the real meaning of service. We are here to truly serve and make our community, our country, and our world a better place. You have 1 year to build monuments that will endure forever, not carved in granite or marble, but in the lives and hearts of generations. This is our, and more importantly, your time. It will not come again. I shall now invite the presidents to take their oath of office. Could we have the oath of office on the floor monitor? While the tech team gets the oath of office on the floor monitor, maybe we can have some silence from the back. Guys, pray silence for the presidents of the year 21, 22. Presidents, are you willing to grasp this moment of truth and accept this charge? I, state your name. Having been elected as president for the year Rotary year 21-22, do hereby solemnly swear and pledge that I will faithfully execute my office. I hereby affirm my commitment to the ideals of Rotary, the vision and mission of Rotary, and the objective of Rotary, and undertake that I shall continue to promote these ideals, vision, mission, and object of Rotary. I hereby affirm that I shall abide and uphold the spirit and provisions of the Constitution and the bylaws of Rotary International. I shall abide by and uphold the spirit, the provisions of the Memorandum of Association of Rotary International, District 3300 Berhad. I hereby undertake that I shall faithfully and to the best of my ability and capacities perform my duties without fear and favor, with the aim in the view of further advancing the collective well-being of District 3300 and advancing the interests of the community to which it is dedicated. I hereby undertake that I shall conduct myself in a manner befitting a good and true Rotarian, so as to bring honor and prestige to our organization. I finally declare that I make this oath and pledge without mental reservation or purpose of evasion. So help me God. Fellow Rotarians, ladies and gentlemen, Governor, incoming Governor Bindi, I give you the presidents for the Rotary year 21-22. Bindi, you want to come back? Can I just very quickly invite Vice Governor Dato Lim on stage? Dato Rajasegaran, and of course, Chairman of the Council of Past Governors, Past Governor Dato Manohur. This is just for a quick group photo before we let the presidents go back to the floor. Jump. All those below 5 feet should just jump. Ladies and gentlemen, the presidents of the Rotary Club, of the presidents of the year 21-22. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, happy birthday to past governor, Dr. Manohur Kurup.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. May the good Lord bless you. Happy birthday to you.
Mano, maintain your distance. All right, thank you. Happy birthday. Thank you, Rotary Club of Klang Valley.